Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me, Mr. Hoffman. Definitely appreciate you. John Hoffman is somebody who I've always admired myself and have learned so much from him. And, he's a pillar, not just in this company, but in his community as well. And I know many of us just love and adore and, appreciate you as well. I appreciate you so much. When I grow up, I want to be like you, sir. No doubt about it. So, all right. Well, hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dazie, as you heard. And just to tell you a little bit more about myself, I'm a 10-year military vet with the United States Navy. I started working with this incredible company, LegalShield, some 19 plus years ago, if you can believe it or not, right? And at the time, I was in the military. My wife was in the military. That's what they hated on, by the way. We had two small kids, and quite frankly, what we found was that military life wasn't always too conducive to family life, if you can imagine, right? Because one second, my wife's out on deployment, and when they bring her back, guess what? They send me out on deployment. So it always just seemed as if we never had any time with each other, or any time with our kids for that matter. So we were looking for something when we found this business, and I never forget. My very first month working on a very part-time, spare-time basis, we matched my military pay as an E5 in the Navy. I got excited about that. After 5 short months of working with this company, I hit the executive director level, and I was making twice my military pay. So naturally, 2.5 years later, I decided to walk away from my 10-year military career. I've never looked back. I haven't worked for anyone in literally over 16 years, going on 17 years come next month. That's why I look like I'm 16, right? And I see you all doing the math like, hold on. 10-year military vet, 19 plus years with LegalShield. I see you doing the math like, how old is this guy, right? I'm actually 45. I'll be 46 next month. And most people say, my gosh, dude, you look so young. How do you do it? I say, look, it's LegalShield. Worry less, live more. I just choose to live more. So if you want to look young like me, just know you're at the right place at the right time, working with the right company. But the following year after I left the military, we're trying to find a way to get my wife out of the service a little bit sooner. So we decided to have a law firm review my wife's military contract. Uh-oh.
But when
Just to
I
see
get
if we
to
could
get to
find.
contemplate the
Oh,
marriage, I
you
think
need to
this
mute
thing is
somebody.
for you for when we get married, and that promise isn't kept. Generally, the law protects that and says, okay,
Somebody
you can
do me
have
a
it
favor
like
and
that.
mute
We
Stacey
started
out,
off with
please.
Easter had
But
given
anyways, we were trying to find a way to get
upon
my,
your
my wife out of
initial
this.
engagement, correct or not? Correct. Correct? Correct.
I'm trying to find out who we need to mute. Everybody needs to mute their lines. I mean, come on, let's be more professional than that. And since I'm not always the host, I don't know how to do it, but mute your lines, folks. Sorry, Will.
No worries at all. Thank you so much. But anyways, the following year after I left the military, we're trying to find a way to get my wife out of the service a little bit sooner. So we decided to have our law firm review my wife's military contract just to see if they could find some loopholes. Guess what? They actually did. Now, the only challenge was that loophole would cost $25,000. Well, I'm happy to say that because of all the extra income we were making in our legal show business, we were able to stroke that check for 25 grand. We bought out of her contract, and today my wife hasn't worked for anyone in literally over 15 years, going on 16 years come December, allowing the both of us to retire ourselves in our 20s. And so what this business means to us is we went from having like no time at all to today we've got all the time freedom we want. We've got a great relationship because of that. We've been blessed and fortunate to put our kids through the best of the best private schools. And, we love to travel. It's our goal to visit every single country on the planet until we leave this earth. And because of this amazing opportunity here at Legal Shield, that's all really starting to become possible for us. Matter of fact, in the last 10 years, we've been to almost 40 different nations across 6 different continents in pure style and luxury on our own dime. And we're just getting started with that. So that's just a little bit about my Dun and Bradstreet, okay? So tonight, family, I want to talk about untrapping yourself, right? I want to talk about untrapping yourself because I think that we're at the right place at the right time and right moment in the history of this company to really do some big things. And so I got a few questions for everyone, okay? Just a few questions. Okay, so question number one. What is your why? It's so funny. We always talk about this. What is your why, right? And we like, oh yeah, it's this or it's that, it's that. But I want you to really, really think about what your why is, right? Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with this life that you've been given on this earth, right? What are you going to do with it? What is it that when you close your eyes and you dream about it, you just have that itch like, I've got to get to this place at some point in time in my life, right? You know, ask yourself what that question is. And I hope that you can really visualize that, right? And you got to be able to visualize it so much and so well that you can smell what it smells like around that type of success. You can almost taste it, right? You can see it vividly. You know what you're going to be wearing, you know how you want to smell, what you want to look like, what you want to do, all that good stuff, right? You've got to visualize it. What is it that you want? Right? You know, one of my mentors and one of my closest friends, Russell Peden, says, you know, why stands for what hurts you. What is it that is hurting you that this business can help you solve? Okay. So that's the first question you got to ask yourself. Very, very important. Okay. And my next question to you is, what is going to help you achieve that why or that goal that you said that you wanted, that thing that you said you're working so hard towards? What is it that's going to help you get there? Is your job going to help you get there? If your job is going to help you to achieve that goal, that dream, that why that you said you always wanted, let me see by hand. Chances are no one, right? Because we all know that our jobs, right? The job, you know, you work all day at your job to make a living, but you should be working nights and weekends to what? Build your business, right? That's where you build the wealth. That's where you build the assets that will spit off the cash flow to give you that dream that you always wanted. So, you know, maybe maybe you work part-time for somewhere, or maybe you drive for Uber or Lyft, or maybe perhaps you're door dashing or Uber Lyft or whatever the case, Uber Eats, I don't know, right? You know, is that what's going to help you get there? If you believe that that's what's going to help you get to that ultimate goal, that ultimate why, that ultimate dream that you said you always wanted, let me see by hands. Chances are no, right? Okay. And so I'm going to ask this question. How many of us believe that LegalShield is the vehicle to produce the cash to fund that dream that we always wanted? If you believe that LegalShield is the vehicle to produce the cash to fund the dream, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to type in the chat box, dream. If you believe that this is the vehicle to produce the cash to fund your dream, right? And here I'm saying it, dream, 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 dream. I'm just telling you, right? It's just a fact. And so, you know, I used to tell people all the time, Mr. Hoffman, that look, you can change your life within any 2 years of this business. Any 2 given years of this business, boom, you can change your life. Today, I believe that you can change your life within any given 6 to 12 months in this business if you're serious. Just like that. You just got to get focused, right? And this is why we have to prioritize our businesses. It's amazing, right? Because we know the job's not going to get us there. We know the side gigs that we're doing aren't going to get us there. But we know that this business can help us fulfill those dreams and those goals that we always wanted. Therefore, we must give this business a lot more prioritization, if that makes sense. Got to give the business prioritization. I tell folks all the time, look, LegalShield is like a mirror. If you spit in its face, it's going to look right back at you and spit right back in your face. But if you treat this business with the love and the respect, and you give it the prioritization that it needs, it will give you the love and respect and the prioritization that you need and you want for yourself and your family. And so, you know, I always tell people, look, there are 4 things that you got to believe in order to have massive success in this business. The first one, of course, is you've got to believe in this service, the membership. That's the core of everything that we do here. What we do matters here, family. You've got to understand that somebody's kid didn't end up in jail because you sold them a LegalShield membership. You got to understand that somebody's family is still intact because you sold them a LegalShield membership and they were able to get that last will and testament done, and therefore that kept the family together. You got to understand, family, that somebody's house didn't go into foreclosure because you sold them a LegalShield membership and they were able to get the help that they need and deserve, and that's why, you know, they're happy with our services. That's why they continue to pay on this membership. You got to understand that what we do matters, family. I promise you it matters. And if you're not a true believer in the services yet, then how do you become a true believer? You got to become a product of the product, right? Are you using the service yourself? Did you get your will done? Do you contact the law firm to seek advice and seek knowledge and use it so you know exactly how it works? We've all got to believe in the membership. Look, a sale is nothing but a transfer of belief. When you believe it and it comes out like you believe it, boom, you got the sale, right? But when people don't believe that you believe, then guess what? That's where you have problems, okay? So we must believe in the membership. Second thing you got to believe in, family, is this company. You got to understand that this is a rock solid company. It's not one of those companies that's going to be in business today and gone out of business tomorrow. You got to understand that this is what? We're 52 years in business today. We've been written about in almost every major publication out there. Forbes magazine, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, Bloomberg. Look, I got the proof right here. Look. At Forbes, Money Magazine, what is this? Business Week, Investor. I mean, look, I got a whole bunch of this stuff, okay? We got the Prosper Mag. We got it all, okay? People are saying amazing things about our company. 52 years in business. You want to know who else has turned 52? Starbucks did. You want to know who else just turned 52? Disney Parks did. And we're 52 plus years as well. You got to understand that we're a multi-billion-dollar company, okay? We're going to be here another 150 plus years. You just got to make sure that you're attached to the right vehicle. If a vehicle is going 200 miles an hour south and you cling on to it, guess where you're going? 200 miles an hour south, right? It's that simple. You know, we're a multi-billion-dollar company, and I mean, we're rock solid. We're not going anywhere, family. So you've got to believe in this company. Third thing that you got to believe in, family, is what? This membership, okay? Not the membership, sorry, the opportunity. You got to believe in this opportunity. This opportunity is everything. You've got to understand, family, that every time we protect a family for $72.90, okay? You've got to understand that, guess what? Somebody's getting paid anywhere from what? $80 all the way to $416, depending on what your level is within our compensation plan. You got to understand that our overrides are as high as what? $336 every time we help somebody else protect a family with our legal and ID Shield plans, and that's just the preferred plan with the ID Shield. Are you kidding me? Look, family, look. Matter of fact, you got to understand this. We've got over what, 700 ring earners in LegalShield today. You've got a few of us here on the line with you today. You got to understand that we've got approximately 300 millionaire club members. I mean, you're our own leadership, right? Mr. John Hoffman, who's here, I mean, made millions, tens of millions in this business, right? You've got to understand, family, that look, when we say somebody's a millionaire club member, that's not like real estate where it's like, you know, how you're driving down the street and you look at somebody's tags and it says sold over 1.8 million. You're like, oh, that's cool. No, when we say somebody's a millionaire club member here, that's not how much you sold in volume or anything. No, that's how much you got paid. You got to understand that we've got 30,000 members today who are receiving a residual income from home. I'm one of them. I'm a six-figure ring earner as earned. And we've got example after example after example after example of countless people who've been able to do the exact same thing. You've got to believe in the opportunity. Matter of fact, do me a favor. If you've ever received a paycheck from LegalShield, just do me a favor. Just type the word paycheck in the chat box. You know, let me see if we can prove my point here, okay? There we go. I'm seeing paychecks, right? Paychecks. I love it. Payday, everyday payday. Winner, chicken dinner, right? But I'm just saying, family, look, the proof is in the pudding, okay? We've all received paychecks, so we know without a shadow of a doubt, just like when you switch the light switch, we expect the lights to turn on. You can almost believe that when you enroll somebody for a membership, you're going to get paid, okay? And that's the beauty of what we do here. Fourth thing you got to believe in, family, which is the most important thing you've got to believe in. And I can't stress this enough. You have got to believe in yourself. Family, you got to understand that you got some God-given talents and abilities that are within you, right? That if you just decide to turn it on, you just decide to focus, you just go decide to do the thing you know how to do, I'm telling you, you can have incredible success. But Mr. Hoffman, I tell you, there's so many times that we let people talk us out of our dreams, talk us out of our goals. We let people push us around and punk us and make us think that, we made a terrible mistake to be a part of such an awesome company. You got to understand that they didn't see what you saw. You got to understand that they didn't get a chance to analyze this business the way you got a chance to analyze this business. And it is time that we trust ourselves, right? If you can't believe what you're seeing and hearing with your own eyes, then I don't know what to say, right? You know, we've got to trust and believe in ourselves, and we've got to take that trust and belief, and we've got to act on that belief. So I always tell people, look, Your belief will determine what your attitude is, right? If you believe it, your attitude is going to be different. Your attitude is going to say, hey, you know what? This thing works. I'm doubling down. I'm putting all bets on the table, and I'm going out there and I'm going to do what I need to do. So your belief will determine what your attitude is. Understand this, family. Your attitude determines what your altitude is, okay? And so the attitude has to be in check. Always remember, the attitude becomes before the paycheck, okay? So we got to have a great attitude. That attitude will determine what our activities are like. What are the activities? Are you getting your exposures out every single day? Are you following up with the people who you're exposing? Are you doing three-way phone calls, right? Are you attending your weekly events and your Super Saturdays and going to the International Convention in 2025, which is in Baltimore, Maryland? I'm excited about that because that's one of the states that I cover, right? And so look, your attitude will determine what your activities are, and those activities that you do, family, will be responsible for the results that you get. And the results will give you the lifestyle, that why. It'll lead you to that why that you always wanted, okay? And so very important. And so look, you got to get excited right now, right? We're just getting out of Dallas, right? And Dallas was spectacular. I mean, and the announcements were crazy. I mean, I just couldn't believe it, right? And, there's so many things that came out, but, a few things. Look, maybe you're a manager who's on this call, right? Maybe you should set a goal to hit senior manager this month, right? Guess what? You get a $500 bonus for doing that. Maybe you're at the senior manager level and you're like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being at this level. I'm ready to be at the director level. I'm ready to hang with the big boys and the big girls, right? So I want to be a director. I want to hit the highest permanent position in the company. I'm going for it. Guess what? That's another $500 bonus paid to you. So let's just say you're a manager and you go straight to director. That's $1,000 in bonuses plus your commissions, right? In addition to extra, right? You can't go wrong with that. Of course, we know that the Dream Bigger bonuses are still on the table. So when you hit senior director 3 months in a row or executive director 3 months in a row and so on and so forth, these bonuses go from $1,000 all the way up to $100,000. Look, we are watching people with our very own eyes pick these bonuses up. We're watching people with our very own eyes take advantage of the opportunity. We're seeing them level up and double up. We're seeing them move from this level to that level. Maybe you're saying to yourself, you know what? It's time for me to become a ring earner. I want my $50,000 ring. I want my six-figure ring. Right? Take advantage of the promotions and the incentives that are on the table. We know that, look, we also have the all expense paid vacation to Riviera Maya, Mexico. Are you kidding me? The company pays for the airfare for two. That's right. I love it, Regina Lee. Ring earner. It's time, my friend, for you to be a ring earner, right? Who's going to get there? If you want to be a ring earner, come 2025, walking across the stage, do me a favor, just type the word ring earner in the chat box, right? You got to see it. You got to believe it. You got to imagine it. You got a game plan for it. And then you got to play the game and play to win, right? It's just that simple. So all in all, we know that we've got the Riviera Maya trip that's on the table. We have a full service leaderboard where the company took it from the top 50 to now the top 75, right? All opportunities for us to get there. By the way, some people say, oh my gosh, I got a spouse who won't support me. I got a spouse who won't support me. I got a significant other who won't support me. Right? You want your spouse or significant other to support you? Get some more checks. You want your spouse or significant to support you? Get them to Riviera Maya, Mexico. I promise you, hanging out with the Hoffmans and all the superstars in LegalShield and watching how LegalShield rolls that red carpet out where they pay for the airfare for two, the hotels, the meals. You're rubbing shoulders with the who of who's, and I guarantee you, your spouse will see the big picture. She'll catch the vision. He'll catch the vision. Next thing you know, they're like, hey, did you get your PC done this month? Did you get your exposures out? Go get I'm just telling. Look, I know people who have had negative spouses or significant others when it comes to this business. They earned the trip and it just changed the game for them. Matter of fact, that significant other decided to join them, and now they're doing great together. And so you just never know, okay? Don't just say, oh, it's for those guys. Oh, it's for those guys. No, it's for you. It's for me. It's for us. It's for all of us. Everybody's invited, right? We also have the hit and win challenge that's on there. Simply just by recruiting 15 people and helping 3 people get Fast Start qualified. Obviously, this thing started July the 1st and ends at the end of February, and on March 1st, you got to have 60% or higher persistency. All of us can do that, right? This should be a Shield Nation, family reunion on the company's dime. Drinks on me, or they're on Mr. Hoffman. Really the company, right? But, I'm just saying, okay? So you want to take full advantage of that. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite announcements coming out of this event, Mr. Hoffman, because this is something everyone can do. Everyone can do it. What is it? It's the High Five Club, right? Give me a high five, high five, high five, high fives, right? The High Five Club, right? Literally, you go out there and you get 5 network memberships, right? What's a network membership? Well, of course, that's you talking to your friends, your family, your neighbors, anything that's out of solutions, okay, would be considered a network membership. Go get 5 network memberships in the month of October, in the month of November, and in the month of December, and the company is going to send you $500 in cash as a bonus right in time for the holidays. And guess what? 5 lucky winners, they're going to double that bonus to $1,000. Are you kidding me? What would an extra $1,000 do for you and your family during the holidays? Right? And so, look, you got to ask yourself, look, the incentives on the table. The company put their money where their mouth lies. And there's no doubt about that, okay? But the question you got to ask yourself is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, right? You got to understand where we sit right now. Timing is everything. We got to understand that timing when it comes to this business is just as location is to real estate. We're at the right time, at the right place. We've got the right incentives. We got the right compensation plan. We got the right services on the table. There is no better time than right now to take full advantage of your business. The goal is, look, you want to recruit, and not get it out of order. And I'll be wrapping up here shortly, Mr. Hoffman, but look, there are normally 3 goals I tell people that you need to have every year and every month, every year. The first goal is you've got to have an income goal. How much money do you want LegalShield to be responsible for in your LegalShield business for the year? And how does that break down to your monthly goals? That's the first goal. You can't hit a target that you can't see. I hear people say all the time, well, I want to make as much as I can. Well, that's not quantifiable. How can I help you make as much as you can if I don't know what the goal is and I don't know how to put the parameters and the game plan in place to help you get that, right? So you got to know what your income goal is, okay? The second goal you need to have, family, is you got to have a production and a recruiting goal, okay? Guess what? We get paid according to the value that we bring to the marketplace. So the more value that we bring to the marketplace, guess what? The more we get paid for that, okay? And all that contributes towards what? The income goal. But then, of course, you got to have a recruiting goal. It's a production and a recruiting goal. And here's what I can tell you, family. I don't care who it is, whether it's the NBA, NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, whether it's the Pentagon, whether it's the military, whether it's your job. Everybody is looking for a way to recruit new, sharp talent. New blood is the lifeblood, family. It just is. New blood brings new energy, new life, and new ideas, and new focus to an organization. And that's why recruiting is so important. We look at the entire wheel of opportunity, right? And of course, look, we've got our legal and ID Shield plans, but it's through recruiting that you're going to find somebody who specializes in small business. You're going to find somebody who specializes in group sales. You're going to find somebody who's specializes in commercial drivers, right? But if we don't recruit, you'll never get those places, right? And the idea is, look, we have all these departments and we want to what? Staff the departments. That's all, right? That's all the greats have done. You can ask Mr. Hop. I guarantee you he's got people in every part of this entire wheel of opportunity just staffing those departments. You and I need to do that too. We all need to do it, okay? And so you got to have a recruiting goal. The third goal that you have to have, family, which is super important, is a level up goal. You got to have a level up goal. You can't just say, oh, yeah, No, guess what? Even our kids, they're like, yay, I just graduated the first grade. What's next? Right? What's next? Oh, Uncle, Auntie, Mom, Dad, I got done with the second grade. What's next? Third grade, right? And you hear the excitement in it. Everybody wants to progress. Everybody wants to get to the what? The next level. And so you got to ask yourself, what is your level up goal? What do you want to be recognized by the end of the year? What do you want to be recognized in at the Baltimore 2025 International Convention? What do you want to be recognized for? Where are you going to be? Are you going to be that ring earner? Or maybe you're a new senior, you hit senior director for the first time, or ED for the first time, and you got a chance to walk across the stage. It's amazing when you're walking across that stage and you've got thousands of people who are cheering for you, and it's an amazing feeling, right? Time for us to get there. Hopefully you're catching my drift. Hopefully you're getting the big picture. But now we got to take action. Leaders take action. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And don't ask me if I've ever eaten an elephant before. I've eaten metaphoric elephants, but not necessarily an elephant, but okay? But you do it one bite at a time. So look, here we are. We've got the last, 10 days left in the month. Look, maybe you don't have your PC done yet. Maybe you don't have your high five done yet. Let's get that PC and that high five done this month. Let's go do it next month, and let's do it in the month of December. Let's get you your $500 bonus, and let's build some real momentum. Have you ever, this is the last thing I'm going to say, have you ever been driving? You're driving down the road, you're approaching a light, and the light is red. So you're just like creeping on the light slowly. You're not quite at the line yet, but you're just slowly going. And all of a sudden the light turns what? Green. And you just say, shoop, and you're gone. That's what you call what? Momentum. The other cars are looking at your taillight. You know why? Because they don't have the momentum that you had. Understand this, family. How you wrap up the end of the year is how you launch the beginning of the next year. I'll say that again. How you wrap up the end of this year is how you launch next year. And the way you launch next year is by gaining that momentum right here, right now, staying focused and doing the daily disciplines, doing the main thing, keeping the main thing, and doing what you need to do. And I promise you, family, I'll see you all over the top. I can't wait to celebrate each and every single one of you at our 2025 Baltimore International Convention. And with that, sir, I'll turn it back over to you.
Drop the mic, baby. Drop the mic. Yeah, everybody throw a thumbs up, give a little high five. See, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Is that great energy? Is that great music? Is that attitude? Is that a guy on purpose? Is that a guy with a plan? Will, appreciate you, brother. That was very good. I'm going to piggyback maybe just a couple of things and let this puppy go. Again, thanks for joining us. And hey, we're going to be in Will's backyard in Baltimore, and I don't want to see him bragging that he's got more people than us. Okay. Let's just start competing right now. And Will, one of the things I would say, I mean, it's so good that there's a byproduct activity too. And I just pulled up the Holiday High Five Club, and I mean, we can speak to everything in your conversation. It's just, man, just rock solid. But there's a byproduct, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about this for a second. 15 memberships, 5 in October, 5 in November, 5 in December. You know, you got the early Christmas bonus. You do something with yourself. You do something with you and your spouse. Do something for the kids, the grandkids. I don't care. You know, man, the peace of mind. Here's an extra $500, maybe even $1,000. But that's nothing compared to the byproduct of what activity does. Watch, stay with me. 15 members are going to yield, when you understand referrals to the power of 3, R3, 15 members easily yield 5 new recruits. Okay, we're talking January 1st now. 5 new recruits. What could that 5 new recruits do for you for Baltimore? People that part-time or full-time have a why. People that part-time or full-time buy into what Will just spoke of. The company, the products, the opportunity. They buy into themselves. They want to change their life. They want their plan B to become a plan A. Those 5 new recruits, let's say 1 drops out and 1 gets lost, those 3 bring 15, 20 new associates or new prospects to the Baltimore conference. they all see the big picture in Baltimore, and you now set the stage for 2025 doing exactly what Will just said. You're now knocking at the senior director level. You're now knocking at executive director. You're knocking at the $50,000 ring, the $100,000 ring, the 150 ring. Who do those 5 introduce you to? Who do those 25 introduce you to? Because of the byproduct of activity. You know, so Will, there's so many things I could just piggyback here, taking inventory, you know, and just the product, just to think that Estrada and you had that opportunity to call on the law firm and say, hey, is there something in the contract that can get my wife out? I mean, what that does to marriage, what that does for the kids, what that does for your business, you know, because the law firm found an out. Had you not had the law firm, could you have found a law firm? Maybe. Would you have paid a retainer? Maybe. Probably not, right? I mean, 25,000 goes to 50, 75,000. But anyhow, listen, man, appreciate you. And we're going to do our best to make Baltimore an amazing conference. And I tell you, I look forward to seeing more of you and having more time like this. And I hope everybody on this call makes it a goal to get at one of these conferences so they can be up close and personal with you and Estrada at an event and just enjoying this kind of stuff, but up close and in person.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a true joy and pleasure to serve your wonderful team.
Well, you did a great job as always. Appreciate you, my friend. And again, if there's anything I can do for you, you know I'm available. And everybody, that's a wrap. I know you got great notes, and let's put it to work. Let's take Will's time and bring value to ourselves and put it to work. Will, thanks, brother.
It is my pleasure. Thank you all for all the wonderful, kind comments. I really appreciate that. Looking forward to seeing you all over the top.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
see you in
Thank
Baltimore.
you. Go
Looking forward
well.
to it.
See you tomorrow.
Thank
All right.
Giddy up. Giddy up.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. You know,
Diamond Legend PD. Did I just put that out there?
night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Night.